Hello, hello. How are you doing, Ant? You alright?
Very, very well. It's good to be around for the second game jam.
Indeed, 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 indeed. I I've been looking through some of the projects, and when we were just having a little chat beforehand, throwing up some of these projects, had a little peek at some of them already, trying to find them, and they're coming along very, very well. I'm very pleased with how everyone is getting on. It's nice to see everyone sort of getting involved again, and seeing a lot of projects that are sort of a little bit further on than when some people were making them in the first jam and things like that. Sort of the process, the timelines speeding up for some of them because they're getting a little bit more familiar with it.
Yeah, we did have a few like last minute 24-hour rushes
Yeah.
in the previous game jam. And this game jam, you're seeing like they're really chipping away at it from the start,
Mhm. Mhm.
which is excellent.
Exactly. Sort of being a little bit more not methodical, but like structured and thinking about it
Yeah.
more pensive, more thoughtful. They're the
Yeah, I
words.
think they definitely have the vision for it
Mm.
from the get go this time.
Mhm. Mhm. Indeed. Indeed. So, oh, I've just gone to the wrong one. Hang on. So we've got Oliver's here, I believe. He started working on. Well, actually, let me just remind you of the theme. Can't stop moving. So that feels phenomenally open ended. And I actually, in my Pie Club last night, people made a couple of suggestions that I'd not even begun to think of. People said some things, and I was like, "That's yep, not even thought about the fact that that sort of game or that classic game actually kind of fits this theme, and people can do that sort of thing." So we've got Oliver's here, which is a nice little infinite runner. I believe we've got some rocks appearing, and we've got a little character top down. Um, oh, there you go. In fact, the game over mechanic working. So we've got the character moving them up and down, and then got the rocks that we've got to avoid to begin with. So a good little set of mechanics, getting them in, getting that code down, not getting bogged down in sort of designing hugely elaborate stuff before writing some code and finding out what the game is like. You know what I mean? That's not to say those assets can't still be used. Of course, it's just you never want to spend all your time on that and then go, oh no, I've not written any code.
Yeah, because you can get a little bit too far into all the art and then realize, oh, the code needs to be in completely different to what I first thought.
Mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
now a lot of this art can't be used anyway.
mm-hmm.
So it's good to get your foundation first.
Exactly. And often the code can inform the art a little bit because you might discover actually you want some things to have some flatter surfaces so collisions work better. Or maybe you want something to be smaller because you've just got a lot going on and you need to change the scale of your project a little bit. That sort of thing. Those two things have got to go in tandem. It's got to be a process that you keep building, you keep adding to that pillar that is a game.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever heard anyone say that before. The code can inform the art a bit, but I definitely agree. I didn't realize just how much I agreed until I heard it.
What can I say? I speak words of wisdom, and I speak words of wisdom.
Tom, deep thinker.
Exactly. Right, let's have another look. What have we got going on here? You said though Anthony was working on a little splash screen, I believe.
Yeah,
Stuff.
so it's kind of giving. I wish I could remember the name of the game, but there was this game, I don't know, 10, 15 years ago where you're running along this rooftop. It's probably a good old mobile game. You have to like jump from skyscraper to skyscraper. It's giving me those vibes.
Was it the 2D version of Mirror's Edge?
It it looks like that visually. I know it wasn't called Mirror's Edge. It
Okay.
wasn't it wasn't like any sort of there wasn't any sort of official partnership, but it was definitely that vibe.
I remember there was a 2D version of Mirror's Edge that I had on my old iPod Touch, and that was a game that
Ooh.
really got me into sort of parkour games and things like that. And I've always loved games with slick movement ever since. You know what I mean?
Like Alto's Adventure.
Yes, that's a good game.
It's a lovely one. Very
It's a very pretty
therapeutic.
game. Yeah, very pretty game.
Mm.
But nice little splash screen, hit play, and things will start to happen in the project. So it's all it's stuff getting ready and whatnot. It's nice. It's nice to get the ball rolling. Oh,
And I think I'll be seeing Anthony tonight, so we will be doing lots more work on that, which I'm looking forward to.
Awesome, awesome. Who's how have we got here? Was this Daniels? You
This
said
is
you were working on.
Daniel's.
He was working on last night.
Yes, and Daniel, like he put his head down. He didn't want anything from me. He was just like focused in the zone. I was like, "You're right, Daniel." I was like, "I'll show you at the end."
I love that. I love that. That he was like, yeah, that he knew what he wanted to do, and he just wanted to get it going.
Daniel
That's
is
incredible.
fantastic. He's very experienced. He knows what he's doing,
That's brilliant. That is
and
brilliant.
the result speaks for itself. It's fantastic.
That is brilliant. We've got a cat flying. There's a watermelon. Yes.
It's
So
a watermelon airplane. There must be some
okay.
sort of creative wordplay we could use there, but I don't feel smart enough for that.
Watermelon, cat flying. No, I got
Come on,
nothing.
Tom, carry us
No,
home.
no. Sorry. Sorry to let you down. No, my puns are.
And for for a start within an hour Hat Club, I think that's astonishing.
Yeah. I mean, the reason I stopped the game when you started talking is because there's some lovely music playing, and I didn't want it to play over anything. So there's some lovely, lovely music in there as well. No, you're right. Bang on. It's like just sitting down, spend an hour, focused, and just bashing this out and writing it. That is and you know what? This is going back to what I was saying a second ago, like the process of building on it and how your art might inform your game might inform your art, and your art might inform your game, and vice versa. Like that whole process. Sometimes the best thing you can do is just to get coding. I know that sounds like, and just chuck in a few like placeholders and just write some code. Just write some code, and just see where it goes, because it's all about trying to find out what makes the game feel good. You know,
Yeah.
how do you make
Dylan
that
and I
game
were
feel
talking,
good?
and Dylan and I were talking about this, and we were talking about everyone takes a different approach. We do have a lot of artists in the code zone. We do have a lot of coders who they enjoy the art side more. A lot of people who enjoy the code side more. So you will see different games with different approaches where the art's made first. It's very art focused, code focused.
Hmm.
I'm definitely code focused myself, but it's really fun to see not only different games with different approaches to making games.
Hmm. Hmm. For sure, for sure. Indeed. What else have we got? Delivery Alpaca. Now this, I believe, is Mirror, and
I
I
am
know she made it.
very excited for this
You know
after
what?
Mira's like super creation.
Yes, I I'm tempted just to let's just have a little peek through the code, but let's maybe I don't know if she's still got more to do to it. Should we save it for another stream? We can go through it all in one go when it's complete and sort of like have a big reveal in it. Because I know that
Yes.
she put a lot of. There looks like there's a lot of code in there already. I don't know if she's going to spend any more time in it, but let's like it was super creative and funny last time. So let's do it all in one go instead of like teasing ourselves with it. I'd like to see everything in
Yeah,
action
we
once
can
we
do a
know it's
deep dive.
100%. Exactly, that's the word I'm looking for, deep dive. And then as I was saying a second ago, in my Pi Club last night, we had a nice little look at some stuff. And as I said a second ago, people coming up with ideas that I'd not even thought of. One of the things that really interested me was like someone pointed out Snake fits this thing. I was like, I'd not even thought about that, because you're always like in Snake, your character is always moving, your Snake is always moving. But a couple of the members of my club were Chris and Ruben. They have decided to team up to make a Geometry Dash esque game, and like I thought that was brilliant. I again didn't think of Geometry Dash. I thought I thought let's do some infinite runs and stuff. But Geometry Dash is a really good one because it's quite hard, but also it's not random. You have these predefined levels and things like that. So Chris was working on some of the code here to get some gravity to work, and getting the camera to follow our character and things like that. And then Ruben started working on some of the assets and also had a little play around with jumping and things like that and getting all of that to move forward. I think I've got the right one from him here. See if assets will load up. Everything was loading a little bit slow. I might have the wrong one. He might have been working on it in another one because they needed to share some bits and bobs, and they're doing it a few different places. When they pull it all together, I will definitely show it off. but
Yeah.
they were using the tile maps to create these predefined levels and things like that, so that it's not just a random process. They've got this nice. I thought it was really really clever, really clever, and it was much more like the original. You know, the game they're paying homage to and making this. It's much more like Geometry Dash, which is predefined and has some set levels and areas and whatnot. Gives you some good control.
Yeah, it's fascinating, as you said, thinking about all the games out there that we've played and loved that do fit this theme that you don't really realize.
Yeah. Mm-hmm,
And so I'd probably spend some time after this going, what other games can I think of?
For sure. Right. Well, I think we should wrap this up. Leave it here for now. Come back to it. Come back tomorrow with some more things, or come back Friday, have a little look at some other bits and bobs, and then definitely look at everything next week. Do a big old roundup. But so far, all of this is looking really good, and like I'm super impressed. So it's great. It's great. I hope everyone is enjoying it. Exactly. I hope everyone is enjoying it. I hope everyone is enjoying it, because that's the most important thing. Well, thank you very much for joining me, Anne, and thank you everybody else for
Thank you for having me.
watch. We will see everybody again soon, and take care. Goodbye. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.